Heritage Regina is hosting a special conversation Thursday night at the Artesian. It features former NHL goalie and service member, Lieutenant Colonel retired Ed Staniowski, who's with us this morning. It's called Torch Be Ours, honoring military service. And Ed, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Daryl, it's always a pleasure.
We're touching on a couple of main aspects of your life. You gave a lot of your life to hockey and you gave a lot of your life to the military. How do you put this together into an hour and deliver it to people that come Thursday night?
Well, from my life story is a very, very small part of what makes up, I would offer, the people of Saskatchewan. You know, my parents immigrated to Saskatchewan after the Second World War and settled here and raised a family after going through a transition camp in England. I'll speak to all of that. And as much as I might touch on Thursday on my life and the things that have happened with regard to living in Regina and being part of the Regina Pats organization, and that's tremendous history there and legacy for the province and the city. It'll be a fair bit about my parents and their story, because it's very, very interesting on what brought them to Saskatchewan and how they settled here and raised a family and certainly gave me a start in what is part of the community. So there's that. I had a chance to go off and serve, as you mentioned, in the Canadian Armed Forces and saw a lot of the world. Probably lived in 20 different cities across North America during my time, where I was actually living in those cities, from Anchorage to St. Louis, from places in Quebec to, you know, the Salt Lake City, Utah type of thing. So anyways, I can share on some of those things, but I've come home to Regina, so here I am.
A lot of people come home, which is incredible. And Remembrance Day is such a key part of what we do in the course of a year, but then those conversations kind of tail off, and then they ramp back up again right around November. So it's important to keep these conversations going.
Absolutely, Daryl. You know, again, November being a month of remembrance, and with Remembrance Day on November 11th, the Heritage Regina, what they did last year and again this year, is they focused on that connection to the city and the things that have been done by members of the city and the rich history that the city has with regard to, you know, service and service members and the Great War and the Second World War, Korea and beyond. So there'll be a chance to expound on those things also on Thursday, and it should be a good evening, and you know, I'll try and keep it light and go
well,
from there.
Some of those light stories probably come from your hockey days.
Well, absolutely. There's some great stories of the dressing room. Again, the Pats.
The ones that you can tell.
Yeah, the ones that I can tell. The Pats won the Memorial Cup in '74, and the nucleus of that team in '74 were residents of Regina, players like Billy Bell and Drew Callender and others who grew up and went through minor hockey here in Regina. They're part of that heritage, and now we got the cup, brought it back here. Then it's time to get that cup back here again, by the way.
You lived in all those places. Why come back here?
It's home. It's family, friends, it's community, it's heritage, it's all those things. And I'm just real proud of Saskatchewan and proud of Regina. And you know, I spent a good chunk of my life over just down the road in Moose Jaw. A little bit of a rivalry there now, especially with with the Warriors and the Pats. But no, for me, it's Saskatchewan's home, Regina's home.
Got about 30 seconds left. What do you want people to take away from your conversation on Thursday night?
A little bit about giving back, a little bit about the proud heritage that Regina has, and the great organization Heritage Regina, who's dedicated to perpetuating and maintaining that heritage that we have here, the culture, the people. So I'm looking forward to it.
You can see Ed share all those stories Thursday night at the Artesian. You get tickets at the door.